Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today is November 5th, 2025 and it is a lovely Wednesday. As promised, I will be doing the reveal of the reflection cards that I received from the Saged Scorpio Ritual box. So as with any new deck that you receive, it's always a good idea to clear away all the energies that have already come in contact. And so I have this white sage as well as dragon's blood to kind of clear away. And let's get rid of this wrapping. I hope I can do this. And we shall clear away the wrapping. And I've already off camera have done my own personal dedication and set the intention for this deck before even opening. And like I say, it can be your own words. Sorry, a lot of ums here because I'm trying to get my thought out. So what it is that however your intended use of the deck, your words should go into this, clear the energy your way. Now the way that I tend to do it is, you can sage, you can, maybe put salt. I try to use less resources because, like I say, the power that comes from the God Most High, the universe, is a precious gift. And so I try to use as little of resources as possible. So what I tend to do is I'll take my dominant hand and my non-dominant hand and I will knock 3 times. Again, you're saying, I like to say in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Clear the energy of all the previous hands. So the box has been cleared, and so now we're able to go ahead and open the box to see what we have. Oh, they are much bigger than what I thought. It's a beautiful box. And there's some more cards. Very beautiful box. Very sturdy box, which I like. Okay. So here is the guidebook as well as the cards, and what I'll do again is just another Holy Spirit, clear the energy. And so the energy has been knocked out of the deck of all hands. What a cute little guidebook here. So each guidebook actually comes with the specific instructions on how to do a read. And so what I like to do is I specifically like to go through okay, so there's different okay. All right, so let's see if we can do this. Let's loosen up the energy. And what I'll do is I take the card. Let's put this right here. So I take the card and I kind of touch all of it. And I take a look as to, wow, this is very faded. So it looks like here we have a little mantra of what's the best that could happen. So I like that because sometimes when we enter our trials, we kind of go into the question with why me? And I've stopped asking that question because sometimes the universe goes with this hold my bear. And so what you see in others exists in you. That's very true. Some of this, in your own suffering, a significant part of healing is taking responsibility for the role you play in your own situation. I like this because sometimes, wow, the only thing is for somebody who is kind of having the print and the background kind of match a little well. I do like wow, there's Horus. I have Horus, and it's a very strong symbolism. And so as what I'm doing is remain a student always. I love that about learning. Wow. And so, like I say, I'm just getting a look in the feel for each card. What I'm doing is I'm actually putting in my own energy into the cards. And it really looks like there is some deep working within oneself, especially whether you're introverted, extroverted. I think, it's about coming to a balance. And one thing, as we're going through this deck, we're going through kind of like the changing of seasons, right? So depending on the hemisphere you live on, northern hemisphere, we're going from summer to fall, to, getting closer, darker days now. Whereas in the southern hemisphere, it's about coming to the light. So take time to attune with your environment, with what's around you, and if you're in an environment where maybe it's not so ideal, examine your purpose. Why are you there? Why are you still there? Do you need to still be there? And I think this is a time, this is where self-reflection can come in. This is actually probably a really good deck for exploring yourself and trying to come into being of a, God's gift of power, and finding strength from the God Most High for you to utilize, because all things are possible through God. And you'll never regret self-respect. I really do like this deck. It does feel very positive. And the reason why I kind of, like I say this, is, I have many, many, many decks, and they all have their own personality. Now, there are some decks that I have that are very, what you could say, feisty and spicy, and some decks are very loving. Some decks are very sarcastic. They'll give you the right answer, but you also kind of get a little knock on the forehead, like, pendeja, get it right. So, but from this deck, it's kind of like what I'm getting is the preparation of being able to kind of face one's own shadow. And So you know what? I don't even know how many cards are in this deck. Usually, like some Oracle cards have like 44. The Tarot deck has like 78. Sometimes the number does matter. You know, there's... Wow. This is actually very nice. Okay. So, my energy went into all the cards, so therefore I kind of loosened up some of the binding. Still very tight. I can feel it. Okay. So, with that, let's do a quick shuffle, and we'll do just one sample, see if we can get a sample read. So, as always, when you want to do a read, you're grounded, which I've already grounded. I've called upon my guardians, my light team, for protection. So, the cards are still very tight. But let's go into a question collectively as a whole. What can we ourselves look into? And look what card loosened up. Okay. I do hope that it's a card that I can read. So, we'll see what we got. Okay. Huh! You can be growing and whole in unison. That is cute. So, with this, that almost looks like a Scorpio right there, doesn't it? Pretty cool. Okay. So, with this card, it's really, how do I say this? Like, for somebody like me, it can be interpreted in many ways. So it's kind of like if you're an individual that really has kind of lost connect with humanity, this could also be a reminder that you're not you may not be like everybody, and you're not meant to be like everybody. You are an individual, but I think collectively there are those who have adapted to universal truths, and so there are those that are walking, that are looking for spiritual guidance, looking for connections. Maybe this could be a time, asking to form a Bible study. Maybe this could be where you and your best friend have had questions about how to connect with God. Go for it. If you're also kind of somebody like me who's a bit of a soloist, this is my question about, or an individual question about, how can I be in unison with the divine? So I like this as a very first card for a collective, and I am so happy I got to share this with you, because like I say, going forward, this is just going to probably be a personal deck for my personal usage, but you can be growing and whole in unison. And growing and whole at the same time is also a very beautiful message. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this little video about reflections, and I just want to send everybody love, light, and blessings. Take care.